Hi, it's Miss Pam from the Andes Public Library. How are you today? It's Wednesday, August 12th, and this is our story time. Today's stories are A Castle on Viola Street by Dyanne DiSalvo, Road Trip by Roger Eschbacher, pictures by Thor Wickstrom, and of course, we have Jamie Lee Curtis's great book, Today I Feel Silly, and Other Moods That Make My Day. So let's read this one first. So we're going to learn a little bit about housing organizations. While helping to build a house, a young woman said to me, "My family has a home, we just need a house to put it in." Not long after that, a group of volunteers got together and helped her family build a simple, decent house where they could put their home. About 1 billion people in the world today don't have a safe or affordable place to live. Some have lost their homes to natural disasters. Many live on small fixed incomes or may not make enough money to afford to rent or buy a house. Many people, including those in religious organizations, governments, corporations, and nonprofit organizations, are working hard to make this better. In more than 2,000 communities around the world, people who feel strongly about the need for housing have formed Habitat for Humanity affiliates. Affiliates are groups that bring together volunteers and resources to build simple houses. Habitat for Humanity owners pay for their houses in part with 300 to 500 hours of what is called sweat equity. This means they must help build other people's houses as well as their own and also do other work with the affiliate. Habitat for Humanity International, Christmas in April, World Vision, and the Local Initiative Support Corporation are just a few of the organizations working to build houses and help communities develop the resources they need for success. That was Millard Fuller, founder and president of Habitat for Humanity in Americus, Georgia. You know, one of our U.S. presidents, Mr. Jimmy Carter, is in his 90s and he's still building houses for Habitat for Humanity. How wonderful is that? Okay. In the old days, before I was 10, we rented an apartment on Emerald Street. It was a small place to live in for one whole family, but somehow we made the room. There always seemed to be enough to go around, even with 5 people at our table. Every morning my father would get up even before the sun. "Someday things will change around here," he would whisper to me. He usually said this during the winter when the house was beginning to feel chilly. Then he'd kiss us goodbye, tuck up our blankets, and leave for his job at the diner. My mother worked part-time in the downtown bakery while my sisters and I were at school. After school, she'd sit on the stoop and watch us play. Sometimes my mother would flip through a magazine. She'd show me pictures of houses with gardens and porches. They all looked like castles to me. I'd puff out my cheeks when I looked at our place. It was old and peeling and sorry. That's when my mother would hug me and say, "Our family is rich in more ways than we could count." On Saturday mornings my mother would weigh my pockets down with quarters for the laundromat. "Hold Andy's hand," she'd tell my sister. Then my mother would slip 2 brown-bagged lunches in the wagon with $1 for a treat. My sister and I would bump our cart to the Soap and Go on Viola Street. Now, across the street from the Soap and Go, there were boarded-up houses. My father said it was a shame. "Somebody should do something about that," he'd say whenever he saw them. So when a truck pulled up and workers unloaded equipment, I started to pay attention. "What's going on over there?" a lady at the Soap and Go asked. Mr. Rivera pointed to a flyer that was posted up. "I bet it has something to do with this," he told her. The flyer had a picture of a house and said, "You too can own a home." After our laundry was dried and folded, I took my sister by the hand and rushed our wagon back to Emerald Street. At supper, I told my parents all about what I'd heard and seen. My father scrambled eggs with extra zest, and my mother put ice in their water. "There's a meeting tonight," I said, "7 o'clock at the school." Later on, when my parents came home, they were just as excited as I was. This organization buys empty houses and fixes them up like new, said my mother. And if you're interested in helping to fix up a house for other people, my father continued, then one day other people will help fix up a house for you. That sounded like a good plan to me. It would be nice to live in a house that wasn't so chilly in the winter. So we signed up, my father told me. Can we count on you to help? I hugged them so tight I almost fell out of bed. I think they knew my answer. Well, you know how sometimes when you never believe that anything will ever be different, then one morning you just wake up and nothing is the same? That's what happened to our family that spring when the project on Viola Street began. Clang, bang, clang, smash, those workers started early. Take a good look, my mother told us. That's what we'll be doing soon. Are all those people getting a house? I asked. Some of them will, my mother said, but anyone who wants to help can help. It's called volunteering. Piece by piece, the inside of the first house came apart. One old bathtub, some cabinet sinks, slats of wood and piping piled up like a mountain full of junk in the dumpster. Most people on the block were happy about the project, but other people were not. The lady next door said, "No banging before 9 o'clock." Some people laughed and said out loud, "Who would want a house in a neighborhood like this?" But my father would smile and whisper to me, "Sometimes new things are hard to get used to, and people are slow to change." Isn't that the truth? On the weekends when our family showed up, a leader called out the assignments. "Everyone here will have a special job to do," she said. My mother scraped wallpaper off crusty walls that crumbled like toast. My father and I worked together. He lifted up old linoleum tiles by sliding a cat hammer underneath. My job was to carefully hammer down nails on the floorboards when he was through. There they are working. Some volunteers like us hope to have a house one day. We're looking forward to living in a place without broken windows and leaky pipes, Mr. and Mrs. Rivera said. My father said he couldn't wait to have a house that would have heat all winter. My sisters were still too young to help with all the construction, but my mother told them being little is no excuse to not pitch in. She had them squeeze juice from bags of lemons to make fresh lemonade. Then they took turns pouring and passing the cups all around. That's a nice lemonade. At the end of the day, there was always a lot of sweeping to do. "I've never seen so much dust in my life," Mrs. Tran said, covering her nose. My mother held a dustpan while I pushed the broom. My sisters giggled whenever they saw me wearing a safety mask. On Saturday nights, I'd be so tired I'd practically fall asleep right after supper. "You're doing good work," my father would say, and he'd thank me for helping our family. He'd say, "Big dreams are built little by little, and we are making a start." In those 4 months, I learned a lot about putting things together. Once I even found a piece of wood that my father said I could keep. I thought that maybe I could use it to make something of my own. One day, Mr. Tran gave everyone some news. The new house would be theirs. "Everything is beautiful," Mrs. Tran said. She stood smiling inside the framed front door. She watched her daughter paint the big front room. The kitchen had shiny linoleum floors and brand new appliances. There was even a washing machine. Upstairs was a bathroom and 3 carpeted bedrooms. Out back there was a place for a garden. When the Tran family moved in, they threw a potluck supper. My father and I took care to make something extra special that night. "Since I've been promoted to cook, I like to whip up a storm," he said. "We're not only celebrating the Tran families being the owners of their new home, but we also celebrate because we know we were one house closer to our dream." "Things are really changing on Viola Street now. This neighborhood looks like it's shaping up," the lady at the Soap and Go said. "Volunteers were working on 2 more empty houses, and of course the Trans next door didn't mind when we wanted to get to work early." This fall, our family was notified that we'd be working on our own home next spring, number 146 Viola Street. Whenever we pass it, my mother says, can imagine it finished already. I've already got my bedroom picked out. It's the one with the window by the yard." During the winter, I made a birdhouse from my piece of wood and gave it to my mother. My mother was more than pleased about that. She said, "Thanks to me now, Now even the birds would have a nice little place to call home. I used to dream that we had $1 million to buy a house of our own, but in real life, all it cost us was a lot of hard work. Anyway, it seems to me like all the money in the world couldn't buy us what we have now on Viola Street. It's just as my father says, big dreams are built little by little, and we have made a start. Oh, my finger was cut. Okay, so on to road trip. So maybe some of you had to cancel bigger vacation plans, but maybe you're going on a road trip in the next couple of weeks before school starts. So let's see if this road trip matches yours. We're traveling down the road. Okay. Looks like they're packing up to go. Wake up! Early morning alarm clock's warning. Pile into the family car. Sisters, brother, father, mother, time to go. We're driving far. Our vacation destination, Grandma's house, 2 days away, across the nation to that location. Food and fun along the way. First stop, fill the tank with gasoline. Pick the pump marked unleaded. Wash the windows squeaky clean. The open road is where we're headed. Maps. North, south, east, west, no matter how you hold it, a map can put you to the test when you try to fold it. Road warriors. Mom, Mom, she's looking at me. Dad, Dad, he's poking my knee. All right, you kids, don't make a sound or else I'll turn this car around. So we're quiet until sing along. The ants go marching one by one. My mother starts to sing. Each of us joins in at once. Singing is our thing. When Ant 100 comes along, we're desperate for another song. So when Mom starts the hokey pokey, we think that's just okie dokie. I spy with my little eye a secret something passing by. It's in that field inside those fences. A drink is what the thing dispenses. I spy with my little eye a mooing something passing by. It's black and white. Its hide is dotted. Can you guess what I just spotted? Uh-oh. What's going on here? Squish! Grasshoppers have greenish guts. Beetles are more brownish. Katydids are smashed up nuts. Butterflies are clownish. A final clash of wings and gases, fate no creature chooses. For in the fight between bug and glass, an insect always loses. License plate bingo, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. How many letters can you see? H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Oh, why can I not find Z? Q, R, S, my brother's got them. T, U, V, it's hard to spot them. W, X, Y. Yahoo, my letter. Arizona's never looking better. Road food. Look for trucks, my father said. That's where you'll get great meals. A trucker likes to be well fed when driving 18 wheels. At Diesel Danny Sandwich Shed, our waitress is named Ruth. Her giant hair is fiery red, just like our giant booth. Fried steak, milkshake, apple pie, coffee thick as gravy, hominy grits, ham on rye, the jello's green and wavy. Too much food, gone too far. Feeling really bloated, slowly stumbling to the car, belly fully loaded, and soon, gotta go! Gotta go, go, go! Can we stop, stop, stop? Dad says no, no, no. Will I pop, pop, pop? Cornfields, 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 boring cornfields, as far as I can see. Cornfields, cornfields, snoring cornfields. Why don't they plant a tree? Yes, when you drive across the United States in the middle of our country, it is very flat. And we live here in the mountains, so it's hard to get used to that, right? Okay, forests, 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 boring forests. I'm feeling tired and warm. Forest, forest, snoring forest. Now I miss the corn. Motel. There it is, just up ahead, neon light oasis, a room, a pool, some ice, some beds, just waiting to embrace us. Dad checks us in, Mom checks the place to make sure that it's clean. We kids pile out and run a race down to the snack machine. I crawl to bed and shut my eyes. 400 miles today. We'll snooze a bit before we rise, and then we're on our way. Attractions. Caverns, sinkholes, mystery spots, balls of string, and giant knots. We pulled at exit 5 and go to visit Bunyan's hive. See the world's biggest ball of string. Visit Carlson's caverns. Experience the giant sinkhole. Bunyan's hive is quite astounding. Giant bees and wax abounding. Buy some candy made from honey. Queen bee gladly takes our money. Gulp some soda, climb the comb, take a tour with Drone Jerome. Bunyan's hive has lots to see. Visit the home of the giant bee. Postcards. At every stop along the way, we buy a lot of cards. We write 'em up and mail 'em home, complete with our regards. Each postcard shows a local spot. Come see our haunted cantaloupe. Check out this one I just bought, a southern crested jackalope. There's no such thing as a jackalope, by the way. It's a made up. All right. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? We moan. No, we're not yet. No, we're not yet. No, we're not yet. They groan. Reunion. Grandpa, hugging time. Everybody's here. Grandpa Joseph found a dime tucked behind my ear. Burgers, hot dogs, soda chips, baked beans by the ton. Coleslaw, pickles, onion dips. Don't forget the bun. Family tree. A reunion is a celebration we wouldn't want to miss. We've traveled clear across our nation for a chance to reminisce. And even though we're all spread out from sea to shining sea, we gather now to dance about our good old family tree. Driving back. Load the car up with a sigh, climb inside, then say goodbye. What's bad about a trip by car? The drive back home seems twice as far. We're home at last. We're home at last. Let's all unpack and put away our things. Souvenirs for looking back, for fond rememberings. We're home at last. I hear a tap. My friends come through the door. About my trip, I start to yap. Can't wait to tell them more. We're home at last. I wonder where we'll go next time we load the family card and then declare, let's hit the open road. There you go. So driving cross country in a car with your family is always an adventure. I remember one year we took, how many kids? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children, 6 children to Disney World. And we drove from New York to Florida and back. That was an adventure. All right, Jamie Lee Curtis's book, Today I Feel Silly, and Other Moods That Make My Day. It's important to have silly days, by the way, and be silly. Okay, today I feel silly. Mom says it's the heat. I put rouge on the cat and gloves on my feet. I ate noodles for breakfast and pancakes at night. I dressed like a star, and it was quite a sight. Today my mood's bad. I feel grumpy and mean. I picked up my room. It still isn't clean. I forgot to feed Franny and water the fern. And the cocoa I'm making is starting to burn. Oh, a bad day. Today I am angry. You'd better stay clear. My face is all pinched and red, ear to ear. My friends had a play date. They left me out. My feelings are hurt. I want to shout. Today I am joyful. My mood is first rate. My friend's sleeping over. She says she can't wait. My freckles are popping. The sun is so bright. I ran in the relay with all of my might. My freckles pop too. Not like they did when I was a little kid, though. But you can always tell it's a sunny day and my freckles all come out. Here we go. Uh-oh, there's a little problem with this book. Let's see. Today I'm confused. My life's getting hairy. Sam says he's my boyfriend, but he also likes Mary. My mom told my father he might be a dad. I might get a brother. I'm not sure if I'm glad. Today I'm quiet. My mom understands. She gave me 2 ice creams and then we held hands. We went to the movies and then had a bite. I cried just a little and then felt all right. Today I'm excited. There's so much to do. I'm going to sell cookies and lemonade too. I'm starting a club to go clean up the park. And I've got a big crush on my teacher named Mark. Today I'm cranky, so nothing seems right. I have diarrhea and broke my new kite. Mom dyed her hair orange. Dad shaved his beard. My tooth came in crooked. This family is weird. Today I'm lonely. I feel so small. My auntie's away. I wish that she'd call. My mom's working late and my dad has the flu. And although I've got stuff, I've got nothing to do. Today I'm happy. I'm walking on air. I learned how to knit and how to French braid my hair. I did my first solo in hip hop and jazz. This day's been so great. I'm full of pizzazz. Today I'm discouraged and frustrated. See, I tried rollerblading and fell on my knee. I really want straight hair, but mine's curly Q. Should I cut it or grow it, or oh, what should I do? Today I am sad. My mood's heavy and gray. There's a frown on my face, and it's been there all day. My best friend and I had a really big fight. She said that I tattled, and I know that she's right. Today my mood's great. It's the absolute best. I rode my 2-wheeler and passed my math test. I played soccer at recess, and we won the game. I sang in the show, and my parents both came. I'd rather feel silly, excited, or glad than cranky or grumpy, discouraged, or sad. But moods are just something that happen each day. Whatever I'm feeling inside is okay. How do you feel today? Let's see. I don't know. I think there was supposed to be a piece in there. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed our story time today. I will be back next week with more stories. Oh, I wanted to tell you something. The Andes Library now has early reader kits. We have 24 of them, and they range from very easy, preschool, kindergarten, beginning reading, all the way up to beginning chapter books for 2nd through 4th graders. This is one of the easy books. This is a bag full of animal stories. So things like Monkey See, Monkey Do, Hannah's Butterfly, A Nose Like a Hose, all kinds of different, Kiss Kiss the Hippopotamus, all kinds of different books. And then here's one of the larger books. Here's our Mystery and Adventure Pack. So in this book we have, or in this bag we have different things. Adventures, missions, Jurassic Park, Batman, Star Wars, Snowshoe Thompson. So, a variety of books. Most of these are easy chapter books. And you can get in contact with us here at the Andes Public Library, an.il@4cls.org, or you can call us over here at 845-676-3333, and we'll be happy to get one of those out to you if you're a member of the 4-County Library System. All right, have a great day. Bye.